Greetings and salutations. We're back to talking about Tremors, the series. In this case, looking at episodes Project 412 and Graboid Rights. Let's look at Project 412 first. So, basically this is, like, say, in a way, the story of how, how Cletus basically everyone was introduced to his character in perfection. And then this way, what happened was, he had basically, one of his projects, in this case 412, which was basically his pal ends up escaping and then goes on a rampage. And it's up to Bert, the rest of the town, and Cletus to try to get him to either calm down or have to take him out.
Take that, big ugly! I'll see your 412 and raise you.
And honestly, I gotta say this episode was pretty good in the fact it was able to give more of a story geared towards Cletus, played by Christopher Lloyd. And honestly, I think he does a good job in that, you know, this is a role that's not just, like, it's good in that the episode doesn't only just, like, have, moments of, like, say, I mean, there are moments of, like, where Cletus is just, like, discovering new things since he's been kind of isolated, whether it's, like, say, finding out about, the Jerry Springer show, finding out that, laptops have gotten small, computers have gotten turned into laptops, but I do have to say, like, later in the episode, it does get kind of weird when he was just, like, kind of, like, lightly hitting on, Rosalita. Because if okay, calm down, Cletus, calm down, please don't. And I also have to say that I think the idea of Project 412 is a pretty cool idea in the fact to Cletus, although, you know, he is this genetically created creature, he's almost like, you know, like a dog to him. Not, like, you know, like he's trying to, like, you know, like, since him and Cletus live in the desert, it's almost like he's just trying to take care of him, like, you know, man's best friend, but a dangerous animal kind of deal. And also, 412 has X-ray vision, so he can see through things to figure out where his targets are. But, I mean, overall, I gotta say this episode does a good job in trying to give more backstories for Cletus.
Not in my valley, you don't.
So let's go look at the next episode, which is episode Graboid Rights. And what happened in this episode? Well, in this case, basically animal rights activists arrive in protection to force the townspeople to leave so that they can protect El Blanco.
Save the world! 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 Hey, Bert!
But although there is a bit of, not everything is fully revealed, I guess, in a way. And the fact that, you know, Mindy's back, in a way, she's become part of protecting El Blanco. But her boyfriend, in this case, Chad, who's basically just a activist who is actually, in a way, trying to just go up like a spotlighting ladder kind of in a way. Heck, there's even moments when he's just basically just trying to say, well, I'm dating your daughter, so I'm coming in your house. So he basically makes his base of operation, in a way, like, you know, he basically says, like, say, hey, I'm gonna live in Mindy's house, or something like that. And, oh yeah, and basically the entire time I could be, like, say, whenever they're just taking over the town and all that, I feel like, there's not a moment where I could put it, like, say, I know Bert was level-headed. At the same time, it made me think, any other time, I feel like Bert would have just shot a gun in the air and just, like, said, okay, I've got your attention, now y'all need to skedaddle. And I did, like, say, there are some moments where, basically, like, a friend of Chaz basically ended up causing El Blanco, and the scientists basically, in a way, poisoned El Blanco, so that their perspective can be true in the fact that El Blanco is sick.
Chad, since you care so deeply about El Blanco, exactly what kind of poison you've been using?
What?
Your partner in crime, Ray, had his pockets full of the stuff. Doc Matthews here just found traces of it in the Graboid's vomit.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
And close to death. And eventually, yeah, it's revealed that Chad has been lying, and then the FBI, basically, they take him away.
Here! That's the one with the funny mustache. Get him.
What?
You're under arrest for endangering federally protected wildlife.
Are you kidding me? What did you do? Pay this guy off? I am here because I care about that creature. You actually think I would try to poison him? I don't know anything about poison.
Oh, you don't? You know something about trespassing and vandalism and making homemade bombs and some other stuff
what
to come
are
up
you talking?
I mean, overall, I can say the acting for this episode is pretty good. I do have to say that although, like, yeah, like, when you're watching this episode, it's kind of, like, yeah, clear that Chad was basically gaslighting Mindy. But at the same time, like, although, like, you know, Mindy had kind of dropped out of school and all that, yeah, it makes sense that, you know, she would be attracted to Chad in the fact that he is very charismatic. And his, you know, thing. And basically, what he's trying to do, I guess. But, honestly, I gotta say this episode was, honestly, pretty good. I'll see you later.